Alright guys, so it's kind of a last minute idea that I had. I wasn't planning on making a video tonight. Actually, I was editing our third and final video of the Panic Rev Motocross training at Washougal. That video I'm working on, and it should hopefully be ready in the next day or two. But just to bring you up to speed, we did the motocross training last week up at Washougal. Mason rode, Lucas rode. They both did really good. They both progressed in their own skill level, and I was pleased with what they learned and how they got better and stuff. So stoked on that. And I was sitting down talking to him tonight as I was putting the boys to bed, and I was talking to Luke, and I asked him if he wanted to try to race at PIR again. Let's try this right here. I said, hey, you got better, you learned a lot, you think you want to try racing at PIR again tomorrow? And he said, yeah. He said he wants to try it again. He thinks he's ready to give it a go again. And then Mason chimed in, and Mason's like, yeah, me too, Dad, I'm ready to race. And unfortunately, that's where the problem is, because Mason, the only bike he has, he's got the TTR 90 over here, which is a great bike. It's great for his skill level. He's comfortable on it. I feel like he does really well at it, and he's able to not worry about throttle so much. He's able to focus on just posture and body position. So I think it's a great bike for him. Problem is that PIR, the way they have the classes structured, they have a 50 two-stroke class, and then they have the next step up is the 65 two-stroke class. So the four-stroke falls into the four-stroke 90 falls into the 65 class, unfortunately, which I don't agree with. I don't feel that's a very good placement for it, but nevertheless, that's what it is. So if Mason was going to race that bike tomorrow, he would have to race in the 65 class, which would kind of be silly. There's no way he could keep up with a 65. I couldn't even keep up with kids on 65s on the TTR. So I feel bad. I want him to be able to ride. I want him to be able to race. So I'm trying to think of what to do, and I feel like I've got two options right now. Option number one, okay? Tomorrow morning, I go down to Gresham Power Sports and I pick up a TTR 70. That one he could ride in the 50 class. That's a bike that he's had before, he's comfortable with. It's very similar to the bike he has now. It's just a little bit smaller, a little bit slower, but he's ridden it before, he's comfortable with it. He does well on it, and I think he would race well on it. So that's the advantages of that bike. The disadvantages of getting an SSR is that it kind of is silly to feel like you're taking a step backwards. So we had the SSR. Mason did really good on it. We moved him up to a Cobra 50. He struggled on that one. He just didn't jive with the two-stroke. So then we put him on the four-stroke. He put him on the TTR 90. That one he's doing great on. It was hard on me. I really didn't want to move him down. I wanted him to stick it out, but it made more sense. It would have just taken too much time and more experience that I just couldn't give him at the time to get comfortable on that bike. So we moved him down to the 90, and to move him down again to a 70, it feels silly. We didn't even sell it. We gave it away. We gave it away, and then to go out and buy another one a year later, it seems silly. So that's the disadvantage. So then I'm like, all right, well, how much money do I have to throw into this? 800 bucks, 700-800 bucks right now. So let me check online. So I get on Craigslist, I get on Facebook Marketplace, I get on OfferUp, and I'm looking and I'm just seeing, okay, what's out there? Is there something that looks like it would be a decent bike for 800 bucks that we could ride in the 50 class? And I came across this. It's about a 15-year-old two-stroke. It's a Polini, which I don't know much about. I don't know much about these bikes. I remember seeing them a long time ago, but I don't see them around here very much anymore. But as far as I know, it's an Italian bike. It's basically an Italian version of the Cobra 50 that he had before. This bike is located in Washougal, which is a plus. It's just 20 minutes away from my house, and as long as this guy responds to my message, I'll be able to go and check it out in the morning before we go to the race. But it looks to be in good shape. He says it's in good shape. He says it runs good, but of course you never know until we get there to check it out. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe we could buy this bike and he could try two-stroke again. We wouldn't be putting a ton of money into it. It's not like we're spending thousands of dollars on a newer KTM 50. It's just 800 bucks. We could just get it, try it out, and see how he does on a two-stroke now. Disadvantages of this bike is that it's older. I would imagine parts are gonna be hard to find, and it's risky. It's a roll of the dice. The SSR 70, we know we're getting, we know he likes it, we know he could do well, but I mean, we also want him to kind of push himself and have something a little bit different. I mean, he's already got a four-stroke that he could ride anytime he wants and shift and stuff. So this would just be like a race bike, a race two-stroke that he wouldn't have to ride all the time, but when he does race, when there isn't a class for him, he could ride on this, and he could get comfortable on this bike and then ride the race bike and then push himself. I don't know. I mean, there's advantages there, but there's also disadvantages because it's risky. We bought old KTMs before and we didn't have good luck. We bought 2 of them and never were able to get them running and ended up just kind of getting rid of them. So it's a roll of the dice, but I don't know what to do. So that's basically why I made this video. What do you guys think? For this situation right now, I've basically got 800 bucks I could spend on a brand new 4-stroke knockoff bike that Mason can ride just to race for the next few weeks while PIR is still going on. Or we could put that money towards a 2-stroke and let him try it again. I mean, honestly, the way I look at these bikes either way, I'm not really gonna worry about resale value. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just spending that money for him to have something to ride and race through the end of the series, and he can crash him and beat him to crap if he wants. At this point, I'm not too worried about getting my money out of it. I just want to have something to be able to go to the races and ride with. So what do you guys think? What's the better deal? What's the better way to go? SSR 70, Polini 50, I don't know. But anyways, guys, hey, I got this too. This is a graphic kit that we got for the pit bike. So I'm gonna be putting that on soon. So keep an eye out for that video. It's always fun. I always like putting graphics on bikes. So there's that, and then of course, watch out for the PIR race. And if you guys are there, if you guys are at PIR tomorrow night, or I guess it's probably gonna be today by the time most everybody sees this. So if you're gonna be at PIR today, then come by, say hi, and we'll get you in the vlog.